Welcome. So we are now moving through some more examples here. And here we have a negative 2x plus 3, x plus 3 is less than or equal to 0. So a few things are a bit different here. But we begin in the same way. You're given a quadratic inequality, you must sketch it. You must always sketch quadratic inequalities. To do this, we have to find what our x-intercepts are going to be. So I'm going to take this right here, 2x plus 3. I'm going to set it equal to 0. And then I'm going to take this, x plus 3. I'm going to set it equal to 0. And now I'm going to solve both of these for x. X is going to be equal to negative 3 on 2 here. And x is going to be equal to negative 3 there. Now I can come to my graph and I can put in these points. So one is going to be at negative 3. And the other one's going to be negative 3 on 2. Perfect. Now, before we sketch this, we need to be careful about the concavity of this thing. And what I mean by that is it going to look like this? Or is it going to look like this? Take a second, look at what we've been given here and see if you can figure out which of those it's going to be. Hopefully, you can see that we've got a negative here. And this negative, I'll get you to write this down, is causing a reflection, which means it's going to be a sad face. It's going to look like this. Oh, let's see if I can do that a bit better. It's going to look like that. That is what my graph is going to look like. All right, now it's important that we get the concavity correct because now when it's asking us, when is it less than or equal to 0? Well, what does that mean? That means when am I below or equal to the x-axis? So let's write that in. So to write this, I want to write that graphically. What does this mean graphically? It means below, or I'm going to write on x-axis. So because I've got this equal to part of it as well, it means, well, when is it also on the x-axis? So we'll come here and we're going to now write down our answer. Actually, let me begin by shading it. So it's going to be below or on. So it's going to be there. It's going to be there. But then also very importantly, I'll do this in purple. It's also going to be on the x-axis as well because it's equal to 0. Let's now write down what our answer is going to be. It's going to be when x is less than or equal to negative 3, or when x is less than or equal to negative 3 on 2. That's going to be my answer. Let's come over here. Let's highlight that. Let's put a box around it. That is my answer. Remember, the sketch isn't your answer, it's just helping us get our answer. Let's pause for a second and think what it actually means when we're saying less than or equal to. To do this, what I might do is actually bring up Desmos to give us a helping hand here. So let's come here with Desmos. I'm going to graph it. So here is our graph right here. Don't worry about that. There's our graph. And I want to figure out where is this less than or equal to 0. Well, what we have to appreciate is that when I have x is equal to negative 3, I get 0 out because it's on the axis. So my output is 0. So too, if I put in negative 3 on 2 or negative 1.5, I get 0 out as well. So that's why I'm including these points because they're giving me out 0. And remember, it's less than or equal to 0. Of course, if we bring in a line here, everywhere that I'm less than this, so whenever I'm less than negative 3, I'm getting negative values out. So this, no matter where I am, as long as I'm on this side, I'm getting negative values out. As soon as I am in between this axis and this axis, do you see how I'm getting positive values out? And we don't want that. All right, so let me now get rid of this. Hopefully this makes sense as to why we're including our x-intercepts because we're getting 0 there as well. All right, hopefully that makes sense. I'll pause here. I'll go on to my next one in the next part. I'll see you then.